would you rather have it to the point of you having everything up front or on day one and you got a full game, or would you rather have it to where you can have years and years and years of experience through that game? Something like World of Warcraft. Like that's been number one, MMORPG since the 90s or the 80s or something. Whenever it came out, I'm gonna say the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a subscription based game, so you pay a little bit every month, but then you can also buy the DLCs. So it's like at some point, and I mean I know I'm jumping around a bit, but like Destiny too, at some point, if you keep coming out with DLCs, eventually you're gonna make somebody angry, right? Now, do y'all feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like eventually, like Ricky said, it's not a one size fits all, right? So eventually,
No.
the game has to die, right? So do you just keep nickel and diming me and making me happy for the moment? Because like, is that what I really care about? That momentary happiness where I'm good for 3, 4, 5, 6 months until the next DLC comes out and then I'm on to the next thing? Because you think about it, if they weren't coming up with that next DLC or that next title drop or the next expansion, right? You would be looking for a different game more than likely. So it's like, would I rather spend the same money on DLC? Because we're gamers, that's what we do. We look for the next game or the next DLC, the next thing to kind of keep it going. Would I rather for it to be a live service and keep nickel and diming me over years, but keep me somewhat happy? Kind of go through those ups and downs, or would I rather just pay full price up front and get a game that once I'm done with it and a month or two down the road, that's it? You know,
You know what?
it's
I'm
like
glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that question, Sean. 'Cause we got the two best people on the opposite ends of the spectrum right there to talk about this.
Okay,
'Cause we got one,
yeah,
Dr. Joe, that like Destiny is his daggone child.
yeah.
He will do anything for this game. And then we got on the opposite end, we got Rico, who only cares about PvP. It's like, if you ain't giving me PvP, F this game. I ain't playing it no more.
Okay.
So matter of fact, Rico, from your perspective, from the live service angle, like, is that the reason, kind of what Sean pointed out, why you kind of left Destiny? Or like, give me your perspective from live service and how that affects you.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, like the new DLCs and patches and everything, that's what kept me into the game. But like how Stickman was saying, eventually a game gotta die. There are other games that come out that you're like, okay, it's time for me to have something a little bit fresher instead of just the same graphics, the same deal, but just a different storyline. Now, I don't agree with coming out with a game and having everything already in place, and then therefore, like Stickman was saying, you get bored of the game in a few months, and then it's like, what now? On to the next. So it's almost like episodes, like Power, The Walking Dead, whatever TV shows that people are into. You leave them wanting more, or even having to question, okay, well, what's gonna be next? But there becomes a time where it's just like the Fast and the Furiouses. When are y'all just gonna stop the bull crap? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, how
So,
fast can you go? How much faster can you go, man?
how many near-death experiences can you escape without
Yeah.
anything happening to anybody? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm in agreement though with the DLCs and the spending of the extra money, because guess what? We're doing it and we're going to continue to do it. Now, do I agree with it longevity like Destiny 2? That's just my opinion. No, it burnt me out with that game. Okay, what's next? Not saying I won't ever hop back on it, but it's not on my first thing to do when I fire up my Xbox. Let me play Destiny 2 now.
I got you. But that idea, that's for all games, not just Destiny 2, right?
Yeah. All games in general. Even Conquer. We got burnt out with that game after a while, even though that they came out with new like skills and weapons and stuff like that. Like eventually it's just on to the next. Like, what's the next best thing,